In this video I'm going to be explaining how to set up correctly a general purpose lathe tool. This is a general purpose lathe tool which has been fitted into a lathe holder. The cutting edge is this part here. This is the tool shank and this is the tool holder. It's very important that the cutting edge of the tool is set correctly to the centre of the workpiece. This means that if the workpiece is adjusted in height so that the cutting edge is in line with the centre of the workpiece, it will cut efficiently and it will cut correctly. If the cutting edge is set too far below centre, the material will tend to tear rather than cut efficiently. If the tool is set too high above the centre, the workpiece will be rubbing on the tool and it will not cut correctly either. So it's very important whenever you set up the tool up that you set it correctly to the centre of the workpiece. In order to fit the tool into the lathe and adjust it to centre height correctly, we need this hexagonal tool. The tool holder fits from the top downwards and slides down into position. It then needs to be locked by rotating the locking lever to lock it into position. This part here is the adjusting screw for adjusting the height of the tool. To adjust the height, we need to slacken the locking lever and turn the screw anti-clockwise to lower the tool or clockwise to raise the tool, and then lock it. We need a reference point to set the tool to. There is none at the moment. This is a tailstock centre. It can be fitted into the tailstock by pushing it into the tailstock spindle. This point on the tailstock centre is at exactly the same centre height in relation to the centre of the chuck and the centre of the workpiece. So that can be used as a reference point to set the tool. To set the tool, we need to slacken the centre bolt of the tool post and rotate the tool post around so that the tool is pointing backwards towards the tailstock, and then lock it again. Using the tailstock, cross slide and carriage hand wheel, we need to position the tool so that it's very close to but not touching the tailstock centre point. Approximately 1 millimetre away is ideal. At that point, to check centre height, you need to get your eye down level with the tool to check the centre height. If it needs adjusting, you need to slacken the locking pin and adjust the screw either down or up. You'll notice that when the locking pin is slackened, the tool is also slack. There's no point in checking the tool height while it's slack, you must check it when it's tight. So the process is check, slacken, adjust, tighten and check. Always check the tool height when the locking pin is tight. That centre height seems to be correctly adjusted. Once the tool height has been set correctly, you can slacken the centre bolt of the tool post, turn it around so that the side of the tool is approximately at 90 degrees to the centre line of the machine, and then retighten the centre bolt. I've marked the centre on the end of this workpiece just as a double check. As you can see, the tool is set to centre height. When the cutting tool and the workpiece have been correctly secured and adjusted, you can then commence cutting. The RPM needs to be set to suit the size of the workpiece, which I've already done, and the cut guard needs to be down before the machine can be switched on. There are two basic cuts which can be performed with a standard general purpose cutting tool. That is facing cuts, which is to take a cut across the face, and parallel turning cuts, which is to reduce the diameter to a smaller diameter. I'm going to do a facing cut first. Facing cut is used to produce a flat face on the end of the workpiece and also to create a smooth finish. The parallel turning cut is cut from right to left. Those cuts were performed by using the hand wheels, just by moving it by hand. We do have a facility on the machine which is called automatic feed, which means that the machine will cut under its own power. For a facing cut, this plunger needs to be pulled fully out so that the tool will move in this direction. The automatic feed is switched on by using this central lever on the front of the carriage, lift it up. As you can see, the tool is moving. Once the tool reaches the centre of the workpiece, the feed can be switched off because the cut is then complete. Move the tool away. To perform a parallel turning cut with the automatic feed, this plunger, the direction control, needs to be pushed fully inwards. That will change the direction of the feed to the carriage.